Ready when you are. Okay, this is the open workshop, the board meeting, December 10th, 2020. It is 5:26. We're in the Anna J. Herbert meeting room. I'll take a roll call. Some of our trustees are online. Trustee Alonso? That's a no. Trustee Birch is here. Trustee Casillas is
here.
Is virtual. Trustee Egan is here. Trustee Finnerty is here. Trustee Wilbeck is here. Vice President Munoz is here. And President Villado is here. Okay, what item we need to do outside is I'll ask you to turn to personnel. C5 is our approval of our monthly harassment, intimidation, and bullying report, November and December. Mr. Castles is going to read that for us. Oh.
In accordance with the Bayonne Board of Education Policy 5512, during this reporting period, 2 incidents of harassment, intimidation, and bullying have been reported and investigated at Bayonne High School. 1 incident at Bayonne High School has been investigated and confirmed. Strategies and resources have been provided to the victim to assist in the recovery process. Consequences and remedial measures were given to the offender. All documentation is being retained by the anti-bullying coordinator. In the other incident at Bayonne High School, there was no confirmed evidence of the investigated acts of HIB. Strategies, resources, and remedial measures were implemented. All documentation is being retained by the anti-bullying coordinator. That is all. Thank you, Dr. Nader.
Okay, as for resolutions, everything was sent home. This afternoon, there were some additions. There was a communication from our student rep, Petra Gali, which I sent home. And on our finance, we added resolution B20, 21, and 22, which, like I said, were all sent home. Our emergency snow removal, a contract with IU Group, and we had an additional 200 and something thousand on our CARES Relief Fund application amendment. Are there any other questions?
Sure it was $1 million?
No, I wish it was.
I was just hoping. 200 million. It's a holiday miracle.
Would be nice. Okay, not hearing anything, we'll adjourn.
I need
Go
to,
ahead.
we need to move A2A, right? A2A to non-consent. We have to vote on conduct of board meetings.
Great, so we'll move A2 to our non-consent.
Now, Gary, if we're passing the other ones that we have here, and that's the only one that we need to vote on, we need to do, what do we do?
Basically, I gave you 2 versions of the resolution. One includes the conduct addition for policy, and one doesn't. So once you decide if we're going to Trustee Finnerty's recommendation on that new regulation change for that policy.
Conference with legal, what was that on the 2/3, that we couldn't change that? That it's a simple majority, it can't be a 2/3 majority?
You're changing the voting rights of board members, for future boards as well. So it's a simple majority on any vote of the board, yeah.
Okay.
So.
And on 10 days notice, we talked about this in policy, but I just want to bring it to the whole board. We read that last month when it was handed to you, right? Where are we?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, we need to talk. This is workshop. It's like weird workshop because we're not all sitting at the table talking, but it's the same.
Yeah, no, that's the one we read in. That's the one that the trustee Finnerty provided to the whole board. We read. We didn't. The committee didn't act on it. Trustee Finnerty did. It's the one for
Conduct of board members.
Yeah, if you want to refresh your memory, or if
Yes.
you'd like to, it's providing, it's providing for no additions to the agenda after 10 days without written explanation from the superintendent. So, in other words, like the three ones that were added tonight, we'd have to have a written explanation of them for them to be added. Am I wrong am I mischaracterizing? I think that's how.
No, you're right on this. It's really a matter of transparency. Like tonight, we have 3 additional resolutions being added. And some of them really don't have much of an impact on the community, on our Board of Education. It's basically for information purposes, like we previously discussed with regard to being informed. The resolution I received day before yesterday, I believe. I didn't get an opportunity to look at the 3 additional ones that were added today. Today was a very busy day for me. The point is, in the past, we have had resolutions that have a direct impact on us as a Board of Education, have a direct impact on sometimes students. I'm not talking about field trips, because oftentimes those things are out of the control of the teachers that are running it. That's not what I'm talking about. That's where the superintendent can come in and say, he overrides it. The point is more for the whole transparency of it. We are elected officials, and we act not on our own behalf, we act on the behalf of not only our students and our teachers, but our community. And for us to be responsible and to make good decisions, we have to be informed, and sometimes we need to do some research on our own in the best interest of our students, our teachers, and our community. Being presented with a resolution 15 minutes before the start of a meeting is not really a very good policy. And by the way, the policy revision that I'm proposing is common throughout the state. And it just gives an opportunity for us to intelligently make informed decisions. Now, if you don't have the time to do your research and do your information, or we do not provide the opportunity for the public to address the board, we are doing a disservice. And that's all I'm asking for, is that oftentimes there are resolutions that deserve some thought, some research, and to be responsible. That's all I'm asking. You can't, I know in the past, there were resolutions that were being proposed and going like, wait a minute, this is the first time I'm hearing of this, and you want me to vote yes or no? I need to know, I need more time. And that's all we're asking for. If the 10-day is a problem, we can make it a 5-day. But I really think for us to be responsible, informed representatives, that's what we are. We represent this community, our students, our teachers, as well as the citizens, that we be given the opportunity to review.
Well,
And that's all I'm asking. This is not anything that's unusual. This resolution was written with consultation with New Jersey School Board Association. This is not an unusual request, and I've been asking for this since July.
yes, and
Yes,
we
we've
just,
discussed it, we asked you to submit it, you submitted it, we followed it last month. I also called the New Jersey boards and read them the resolution, asked them about it. I was informed to ask legal about the 2/3, and I was told that 10 days is not conducive for a district of our size to
That's
have
why
10
I'm
days.
asking, it can be
So,
reduced.
well, can we,
But the 2/3 is also, she said that's why I had to bring it to the attorney for him to read it, because we can't say the 2/3 majority on an exception in order to bring in a resolution, because that's how it reads.
Well, let's
So
not make
we
an
can't have
exception
that
then.
part-
What's the
we can't have that
percentage
part
then?
either.
Not 2/3?
So right now, we have it at 4 days before a board meeting. You have to have all, which is your committee date, when we sit and we actually review them. It's at 4 days right now, right? Yes, because we do committees on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Wednesdays or Thursdays, and then we have board meetings on Mondays or Tuesdays. So it is at 4 days. So you just want to add one more day? You want us to go back?
How many resolutions were added this evening, Dr. Maida?
I believe I I sent home 3 resolutions and a communication this afternoon.
So we would to hamper that today, we would not be voting on receiving.
I'm just giving you an
on
example that
receiving-
just
Yes, but
today.
see, some things have to come in today. So we would not receive the money from CARES, which we have to sign off on. We would be putting a block. I've been here for 3 years already, and I've never voted on a resolution I haven't had sufficient time to read or to ask questions on. Because even if I get it in the morning, I read it, I called on the phone, any of the assistant superintendents will answer me immediately and respond to any question that I have to explain it to me. So,
Well,
I
the
don't-
other thing is, we don't make any exceptions in this
No.
for field trips. So,
No.
I mean,
we don't.
could we rewrite this? Could we take a month to rewrite it?
The
To change the 5
superintendent makes the exception, that's in the resolution. The superintendent has the authority to make that exception if he deems it necessary. We don't, he does.
So in
Okay,
the
so
case
we'll
of-
put
in
it
the
on
case of
non-consent,
wait,
we'll
hold
put it on non-consent, we'll vote on it now. If we need to revisit, because as it's written right now, that's how it's written right now. If we need to revisit it during policy, we can revisit it, and we'll vote this one down and rewrite it in a way that works with our current administration, to work with them, not against them.
And when does
Are we
the
okay
public
with
get an
that?
opportunity to read the resolution and have a say? When does the public get a chance to read it?
But here's the thing, so under this writing, the superintendent could have given us a written notification, and we would still vote on those
Absolutely.
3.
That's
So-
his, that's
So
his,
it's
re-
on the
not
internet,
quite,
correct?
it's not quite doing what I think you and even me want to do a little.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, could we table it for
No, we
for,
don't table, we'll vote on it, this one will
Right.
be turned down, and we
Well-
will rewrite it in a way that is written,
I just want to
that
add,
works
trustee,
with.
that you said, when does the public have an opportunity to read it? All these resolutions are on our board website right now.
as of this afternoon, they were not.
No, they're up. They've been up.
Well, they're up now.
And, Secretary Maida has guaranteed me it will be up at least 24 hours before a board meeting.
They were up this morning.
And the other thing is, I mean, are there certain resolutions that we would like to exempt from the 10-day? So could we word field trips or something like that in here? So I mean, I'm happy to work with you to rewrite it, to be very frank with you. Yeah, and get it done for, I don't know if we have time in January, but definitely, we have 2 meetings in January. We have the reorg, and then we have a regular January meeting. Get it, try to get it in, we'd have to read it into the record in January, and then 30 days later, so it'd be February. But I'm
This
happy
has
to work
been
with you.
going on since July.
I understand that, and
Yes, but
and I
when we
did
asked you to
apologize.
send it, it was the process of sending it in,
Good.
we explained it
And-
to
and it
you
went to
at
committee,
2
right?
separate
It
meetings.
never went to committee.
And you
It
didn't
went to-
do
it
it
never
till
went to
No,
committee?
till
you
last
said you were
meeting.
gonna bring it
Because
yourself.
that was not the process, it doesn't go to committee.
You,
You have to introduce it to the
And
board.
then
Okay,
you
so
bring it
introduce,
to, and then it
so,
goes to
okay.
committee.
Okay.
introduced it, okay.
So we're voting on we won't vote on 2A, we'll vote on 2B.
No, I
Yes,
think what we
2B?
have to do is
Well,
vote on
on
2A,
on
do
A,
we
2B.
not, and then have it denied.
If you're going to rewrite conduct of board meeting, you'd be voting on 2B.
Okay, so we're not turning it down, we're just setting it, and we will take care of it when we have workshop, when we have committees next month.
What you're doing, allow me 2 seconds, what you're doing is you're tabling this, you're just tabling it.
That's, yeah.
But we're voting on the rest of it,
Correct.
with the 2B.
This has been tabled 3 times.
Then you should vote on it.
If you
right
want
now
us to
and
vote
then
on it, we
We
can
can
vote
vote
on
on
it.
it.
I
We can
want to
vote
vote on it,
We'll
we'll
vote
vote
on
on it.
Well,
We'll vote.
looking
We'll
at
do
the
it.
scores
Not
of
a
the
problem.
people here, it's
That
not
way it won't
me.
be, that way it won't be tabled anymore.
I'm moving
We'll
it
vote
to
on
non-consent, and the
Thank
board
you.
can vote on it then.
Perfect.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Any other item? If not, we'll adjourn. It's 5:40. We'll be back for a 6 o'clock public meeting.
Is the air on here?
No, the windows are open for ventilation.
Oh.
Hey, Tom, what am I doing?
It's freezing.
You think Tom left?
Hey, Dan, why won't I own you? All right.
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. We're good? Good. I'd like to ask everybody to please rise for a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For the record, this is a public meeting of the Bayonne Board of Education. It is 6:06 p.m., the 10th day of December. We're meeting in the Anna J. Herbert Meeting Room. Presiding officers, Maria Vallado, President of the Bayonne Board of Education. Those in attendance include Mr. John J. Neese, our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Gary Maida, Board Secretary, Mr. Daniel Castles, our School Business Administrator, Mr. Thomas Fagu, Jr., our Assistant School Business Administrator, and Mr. Mitchell Pasquale, our Board Counsel. The meeting's open to the public. I'll take a roll call. Trustee Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke.
Here.
Trustee Cassius.
Present.
Trustee Egan.
Here.
Trustee Finnerty.
Here.
Trustee Wilbeck.
Here.
Vice President Munoz.
Here.
And President Vallado.
Here. For the record, adequate written advance notice of at least 48 hours giving the time, date, and location of this meeting with the agenda was provided as follows. The notice was promptly posted to Board of Education website. The board secretary sent such notice to the Jersey Journal and Bayonne Community News. Notice was filed with the municipal clerk of the city of Bayonne, Ms. Melinda Medea.
Yeah, you want to?
I like to have, our district was tragic, has faced tragedy in this past 2 months. We've had 4 deaths of our faculty and staff. So I would like to ask for a moment of silence. Please, let's remember Judith Lee, Robert Saccato, Mary Rose Appel, and Dottie Fecati.
And we also include Kathy Kelder.
And we can include Kathy Kelder.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Finnerty.
Please, a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you. First up is our approval of minutes and our acceptance of communications. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And is there a second?
I'll move. I'll second.
On that motion and second, Trustee Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Cassius.
Yes.
Trustee Egan.
Yes.
Trustee Finnerty.
Yes.
Trustee Wilbeck.
Yes.
Vice President Munoz.
Yes.
President Vallado.
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to invite our student government representative, Petra Gali, is going to give our December update.
All right, well, good evening, trustees, superintendent, assistant superintendent. Our student government held its second General Assembly for the 2020 to 2021 school year yesterday on Tuesday, December 8th. We had an extremely successful turnout, and we would like to extend our gratitude to those student homeroom representatives and alternative representatives who have shown up and fulfilled their leadership roles. It is assemblies like these where we are able to communicate with the student body and take in their ideas, suggestions, concerns. I truly believe that the best results are accomplished when our communication is strengthened. A great example of what this communicative tool has accomplished is that as of right now, I'm happy to report that the student government is working on a mental health series. According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, quote, increased evidence of mental health problems, including stress-related disorders, depression, anxiety, and substance abuse, have been described in high schoolers during a pandemic, unquote. In short, Quarantine, trauma, and grief during the COVID-19 pandemic further increased the risk of mental health problems. To those students, we hear you, we support you, and know that there's resources for you. To those students, we also want to inform you that the Student Center has expressed their support for this idea, and we're working together to bring it to life as soon as we possibly can. More updates will follow as they come available. In addition, we are in the process of planning a trivia night for our student body, and we'll be releasing information shortly as soon as it's finalized. We'd like to thank Principal Baccarella for his continued support and efforts in assisting us with those ideas. And as always, if the board has anything to communicate to the student body, I'd be happy to report back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is our consent agenda. We'll start with our curriculum and instruction and policy. Just a note, Resolution A2 is being moved to non-consent. So we've got Resolution A1 through A21. Resolution A2 is being moved to non-consent. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Trustee Wilbeck, and a second?
A second.
Trustee Wilbeck, Finnerty?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Yes.
okay. Second by Trustee Finnerty. On that motion and second, Trustee Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke?
Yes.
Trustee Cassius?
Yes.
Trustee Egan?
Yes.
Trustee Finnerty?
Yes.
Trustee Wilbeck?
Yes.
Vice President Munoz?
Yes.
President Bellato?
Yes.
Before I move on, I just want to make a notation. Resolution A1, the board's organization meeting will be held on Tuesday, January 5th. The public meeting will be at 6 p.m. There will be a workshop at 5. That's for the public. Next up is our Finance, Building, and Grounds. It's resolutions B1 through B22. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Vice President Munoz. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
By Trustee Egan. So I have a motion and a second on finance. Trustee Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke?
Yes.
Trustee Cassius?
Yes.
Trustee Egan?
Yes.
Trustee Finnerty?
Yes.
Trustee Wilbeck?
Yes.
Vice President Munoz?
Yes.
President Bellato?
Yes.
Next up is our personnel agenda, resolution C1 through C20. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Burke, and I have a second
Second?
by President Bellato. So a motion and second on personnel. Trustee Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke,
Yes.
Trustee Cassius,
Yes.
Trustee Egan,
Yes.
Trustee Finnerty,
Yes.
Trustee Wilbeck,
Yes.
Vice President Munoz,
Yes.
President Bellato.
Yes.
Thank you. So on our non-consent, I have Resolution A2, which is our approval of adoption to revise policies, regulations, and/or bylaws. I had two versions, so we're going to go with the version that does not include 0164.
Okay, so we're not voting on A2, on A2A. We're
Correct.
going with A2B.
Okay?
Okay.
Which is in
That's not what we,
That's not what we.
In your draft packets that were sent home, there was an A and a B version. Right now, they both are versions A2. I'm pointing out, right below food service, 8,500. One has an additional 0164 under bylaw, conduct of board meeting.
that's the one we're voting on. We
We,
agreed in workshop, we were gonna vote on this.
We just said we're voting on this one.
Yes.
Yes.
gotcha. All right, so we're voting on the policy with 0164 included in the bylaw. Is there a motion?
Right.
I'll make that motion.
The motion by Trustee Finnerty. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
And there's a second by Trustee Wilbeck. On that motion and second, Trustee Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke,
No.
Trustee Cassius,
No.
Trustee Egan,
Nope.
Trustee Finnerty,
Yes?
Trustee Wilbeck?
Yes.
Vice President Munoz?
No.
President Bellato?
No.
Okay, that resolution does not pass. Now, there's another resolution without 0164 on the bylaws. Is there a motion?
I'll move it. Oh,
I'll move it.
I'll second.
And there's a second, by the way. Okay, on that motion and second, Trustee Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke?
Yes.
Trustee Cassius?
Yes.
Trustee Egan?
Yes.
Trustee Finerty?
No.
Trustee Wilbeck?
Yes.
Vice President Munoz?
Yes.
President Bellato?
Yes.
Okay, that does pass. President, that is all I have for the agenda part of our business. But
Okay.
we do have our board vacancy.
I'd just like to take a moment to notify that Joe Broderick, has resigned from the school board. And I just want to take a moment to thank him for the great work that he did. He was the first elected president to the board, and he worked with so much patience with all of us and treated everyone with such great respect. He will truly be missed here. His knowledge, his giving of himself to the Bayonne district is all qualities that we applaud and that we admired in him. And we are going to miss him very much here at the board, and all his institutional knowledge that he had of the board of the school district. So today we're going to vote in a new member. Do you want me to move that? So please, thank you so much, Joseph Broderick, for all the great work that you did for us. Do you want me to vote? You want to vote it now?
Yeah, did you
Okay.
want to give any background?
Of what?
No? Then let's
No?
go.
I'll explain what we did. Okay, for the vacancy, the vacancy was posted on our Board of Education website. It was posted in the Jersey Journal. It was posted also in the community news.
Right.
We received resumes. The board has reviewed, the whole board was given the resumes to review. We did not do this on committee. Each board member was allowed to view the resumes and make a decision on who they think would be best fit to fill this position. Do you want me to give the name of them?
I was going to say, there's a selection as a candidate.
There is, no, we're not saying.
We're going to nominate.
We're going to nominate Pam Scaffine.
And is there a motion to nominate Pam Scalfane?
I'll move.
So there's a motion by President Bellato. Is there a second?
I'll second.
So we have a second by Vice President Munoz. So we have a motion and a second to select Pam Scalfane as a candidate to fill the vacant seat on the Bayonne Board of Election. Trustee Michael Alonso is absent. Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Cassius.
Yes.
Trustee Egan.
Yes.
Trustee Finerty.
No?
Trustee Wilbeck.
Yes.
Vice President Munoz.
Yes.
President Bellato.
Yes.
President, I will reach out and contact the trustee-elect so they can get their fingerprinting started. That is all the business I have for this evening.
Can I just say something?
Good.
Yeah. I just want to say, happy Hanukkah to the Bayonne community. Tonight's the first night of Hanukkah, so I'd like to acknowledge our Jewish residents and family. I'd also like to congratulate all those who ran in the election in November. I think it's a very difficult thing to put your name on a ballot, and it's a very wonderful thing to want to serve your community. So everyone who ran in that election deserves to be commended and applauded. So congratulations on that, and happy holidays to you and your family. And I would like to also acknowledge David Watson, who is in the audience, who will be joining our board in January. So congratulations, Mr. Watson, for winning the November election. And for Maria and I, 3 more years in the sun. All right, so I just want to say thank you and happy holidays to Bayonne, to all your families.
Is there a motion to
Like,
adjourn?
did you want to say
Oh, sorry.
something? No?
We're
Okay.
good?
A motion to,
Motion by President Filato, is there a second?
I'll second.
Before we close, just real quick.
Sure.
Here you go.
Sorry, Superintendent.
Just in, on 2020, a U.S. News and World Report, Bayonne High School is one of the nation's best, and I thought you would like to see that.
love it. And this will be our banner that'll be hanging from
Everywhere.
everywhere?
But that
So
was
proud.
great. Very,
I see.
Very, very well done.
Great job.
right.
Great job to our teachers and staff.
Congratulations, bees.
Great. So on that motion and second to adjourn, trustee Alonso is absent, trustee Burke,
Yes.
trustee Cassius,
Yes.
trustee Egan.
Yes.
Trustee Finerty.
Yes.
Trustee Wilbeck. Vice President Munoz.
Yes.
And President Filato.
Yes.
It is 6:22. The board will not return.